The aftermath of the Lagos State local government elections, which took place on July 12, 2025, saw the All Progressives Congress, also known as the APC, sweep all 20 chairmanship seats and 375 out of the 376 councillorship positions. The elections were marked by low voter turnout, with many attributing it to voter apathy and lack of faith in the process. Now, some opposition parties and analysts expressed dissatisfaction with the election outcome, citing predictability and lack of competitiveness. Calls are growing for the Independent National Electoral Commission to take over the conduct of local government elections across the country. Stakeholders say leaving the process in the hands of State Electoral Commission has led to widespread irregularities and compromised credibility. Well, joining me right now to discuss this is Olushola Olusegun, is the SDP Secretary for Lagos State. He joins me live in the studio. I also have Ayoyinka Oni, is the AAC Chairman, Lagos State. He also joins me live in the studio. Gentlemen, great to have you.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Mr. Oni. Just like what I asked you before we came on air, are you surprised the APC won all 20 chairmanship positions?
Well, I'm not surprised they stole all 20 chairmanship positions. You win when there's actually a contest. You cannot win something where you are the referee, the linesman, and also contesting. So they stole all positions.
So you feel that the process was not free, fair, and credible?
It was literally a war, not an election. That was not an election. The commissioner and the chairman, the chairman rather of LASEC, should be very ashamed of herself. Secondary school students will not conduct that kind of election if they are allowed to do it. Why a retired judge is giving us this mess? It was not an election. It was a joke.
How about you, Mr. Olusegun?
Well, truth be told, that what we experienced is serious and complete dissatisfaction. You know, we anticipated it because we...
You anticipated it?
Yes. During the course of the perfecting the documentation, we saw who they were giving the preferential treatment. We saw that the priority objectives of that LASEC chairman was just for APC and not other political parties. We saw that other political party was actually secondary, while the APC was actually the primary objective to us. So, you know, the results that with what we have, as the results, we're not surprised because we anticipated that, and it happens.
So are you going to challenge it?
It is not challenging it makes us a very feeble party. We would not tolerate injustice. Our political party, stands for credibility, justice. So not challenging them, we give them the opportunity to be able to do it again. We are going to take them to the court of law. We are going to justify all our rights. We are going to justify everything possible to ensure that what they did was the extreme manipulation. We are going to prove to them that they only favor the incumbents and the ruling political party. They didn't conduct any elections. The electors was disenfranchised. How would you encourage people to come back, the next election and start to contest? Didn't you see what you've done? You thought you conducted election. See, as long as we continue to have an appointee of the governors to conduct an election, we'll never get the best out of this election. So we'll definitely charge them to the court of law. We will prove our case that, okay, what they did not conduct election, they only rigged people out. That's what we're going to do.
How about you? Would your party challenge the outcome?
Definitely. But also, part of what he has said, we're also going to take it a step further. What they like to do is to rig you out and say, go to court, which is what they like, And court process in Nigeria takes time and all that. But we're going to go beyond court. And we told them already. We dropped a letter and we told them, if you
dropped a letter?
Oh, yes, we dropped a letter. And
what's the content of the letter?
The content of the letter and the summary is, if you rig us out, as you normally do, we are definitely not going to make that place that you rig us out governable properly.
What does that mean?
That means the legal person there is going to sweat. You are not going to sit comfortably after stealing. You are an armed robber. You rob people. You rig people. You did multiple voting shamelessly. Before they take it to the collation center and try to rig it there. But this time, no, they were at the polling unit, confidently stamping, LASEC officers, stamping working for the APC.
Do you have
With
evidence
no
to prove this?
There are so many evidences. And police sitting down there and just enjoying themselves. No care. The Nigerian police were totally useless on Saturday. They had no interest in the election. They were just there to collect 20,000 and 50,000 and 10,000 as the case may be. It was totally shameful. So as our agents were arguing with INEC, officers trying to get them to do the right thing, they were fighting thugs at the same time, and police was just there enjoying themselves. They had no interest in the election. You know, how can you conduct such an election and do a press conference, sit down and just announce that 379 people won, 10 people won, and you think we're just going to allow you to do nonsense and continue? Of course not. They barricaded their office with police officers today, expecting, we have our plans. And there's no way you are going to rob us, hold on to the money of the people, and we're going to allow you to rest. It's not going to be possible. We're going to fight it in every way that we can. The people of Lagos deserve better than this. And they didn't just start the rigging by just, making it stump-written and all that. They intentionally came late. I'm telling you.
They came late?
Yes. Some INEC officers arrived after 1. For an election that's supposed to end by 3 p.m., they arrived after 1, some to 2. And the few ones that were able to arrive maybe 9:30 or 10, some of them started counting results by 12 o'clock. The election was supposed to end by 3 p.m. It was massive rigging. In the Kosisheri, the APC criminals were going to the Hausa community, bringing them, you vote here, they take them to a location, you vote here. That's exactly what. So how can we do that in a so-called democracy and expect the state to flourish? I'm irritated and I'm so pathetic of these people, lenient people. This is a chairman who is a retired justice, and she conducted this mess, and she's announcing results. Shame on them.
All right, Olusegun, I mean, for you as a party member, you are of course the spokesperson for the press secretary, for the SDP in Lagos. You said you definitely challenge it. You take it to court. I mean, how confident are you that you will get justice?
You say, I know we have constitution in our country, and we are law-abiding, political parties. We know our rights, and we know the kind of systems of governance we operate. We operate in democratic systems, so we know exactly what it is for you to take your case. If you have a valid case, you can prove it in a court of law. You can challenge anybody to a court of law. If you feel that, okay, people are taking your right from you, you can actually prove them, can challenge them in the court of law, because you have no other place to go to. The only place to go to is to take them to the court. So that's because we want to be law-abiding. So the point I would want to address it this way. You see, we have every proof. First and foremost, at about 7:30, I was called. Our candidates, duly screened candidates, called me to say to me, he called me to tell me that, okay, unfortunately, that they couldn't find our political party on the ballot paper.
They couldn't find your party on the ballot.
Exactly.
Did you guys go through the due process in registration and ensuring that you had all the documents and credentials complete?
There is the due process that if you have not gone through the due process, you wouldn't have been given an agent card.
So what's the reason they now gave for?
We do not have any. They don't even have the reason. Like I told you, there was always a preferential treatment to a ruling party.
So what did you have to do when you discovered that?
No, see, they did not. What they did, because they did not make this explicit to anybody. See, what they were during the course of the perfecting the documentations and everything, So what they have always done is to say, okay, don't worry, bring whatever you think you have. They will just take it from you without opening that. Okay, everything is in order. Do you understand? So they knowing fully well that they know exactly what they want to do. So you can say that they gave somebody a candidate that was duly screened. They gave the candidate that, okay, fine, you've been confirmed and authenticated. They gave the candidate a party agent card that, okay, you can go for the elections, give it to your electors. Do you understand? Give it to the agents. So your electors can actually approach the polling units so they can cast out their votes. They gave it to the agent. They gave it to the candidate. And the candidate, we took it to the candidate. When we got there, the candidate called out the agent, on that faithful money. Unfortunately, we couldn't see anybody. We couldn't see that the political party as a Social Democratic Party on the ballot paper. That's a broad daylight. That's preposterous. That is wicked and that is barbaric. They have done this before. They have done this at Shomoli before. They are also doing it now. Deliberately disenfranchising the APC. Like I told you, what happened, we anticipated it. Because the actions of the AAC Chairman already, it was written on the wall that she was actually going to do something funny. Because the way we were being treated as if we are second citizens. Everybody who is contesting does not dwell in Lagos State.
So right now, you and AAC will meet in court.
There is no other place to meet other than to meet in the court. But there is all the actions that we are going to be taking. We are just not going to be going to court. We are going to be taking another actions. Because what we know, it's between the parties and, it's between the leaders and the parties.
Of the party.
No, we know exactly what we're going to do. We have a plan too. They cannot make a fool of us. We are not fools. They took money from our members.
They took money from your members?
Yeah, exactly. They took money. We paid.
Who took money from your members?
We paid for the forms. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
The administrative fee, we paid for it.
Okay.
So you know that you're not going to conduct elections for the people. Don't do that. Don't take money from the people. Of course, why would you have to ask the people to pay for the forms, the administrative fees, etc. and everything? You ask them to go and do this, perfected everything. Eventually, your intentions was what you effectuated. You effectuated your intention. You have an intention from the inception. The intention was to rig everybody. It's not to allow the participant, it's not to allow the people to come, to contest.
All right.
So we know exactly what we are going to do. We are not happy with what they've done, but we know the next steps are going to be taken.
All right, gentlemen. It's a privilege having you come to the studio to speak on your experience during the last local government election in Lagos State, and definitely you can be rest assured that News Central would follow it up to the latter. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Mr. Olushola Olusegun is the SDP Secretary for Lagos State, and also Ayoyinka Oni is the AAC Chairman for Lagos State. Gentlemen, once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, man.
All right.